Have you ever felt that your sleep habits are affecting your relationship or even your health? Is sharing a bed every night the best choice for middle-aged and older couples? These questions might surprise you, but they're definitely worth thinking about, especially as life gets busier, stress increases, and health issues become more common with age. In this video, we're diving deep into the intriguing topic of whether sleeping separately might actually strengthen your relationship, improve your health, and bring balance to your life. From reducing stress to avoiding late-night arguments and even protecting against contagious diseases, this is a conversation every couple over 50 should have. Stay with us as we uncover the surprising benefits of sleeping separately and address the concerns couples might have about drifting apart emotionally. You'll learn how this lifestyle choice can be a game changer for both your well-being and your relationship, and why it might not be the taboo topic people think it is. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to decide what's best for you and your partner, whether it's sleeping separately or together. So grab a seat, because this could be the key to unlocking a healthier and happier future for both of you. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If not, comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and create better content for you. Now let's begin. There are countless reasons why couples, particularly those in middle age or who have been together for decades, choose to sleep separately. I realized this truth during a recent 50th anniversary reunion of my school class, where the beers were flowing freely and the air was filled with heartfelt conversations, laughter, and even tears. It was a night of unburdened emotions, a moment when the years seemed to melt away, reminding us of the inevitable passage of time. Amidst these tears and bursts of laughter, I gained an unexpected insight into the reality of aging. During the gathering, I couldn't help but ask an elderly man whether he still shared a bed with his wife, or if they had taken to sleeping separately. His response was both simple and unexpectedly candid. "We've slept separately for a long time," he said with a hint of resignation. Intrigued, I asked why. His answer, tinged with sadness, was, "She complains that I smell like alcohol." His words left me contemplating the quiet sacrifices made over the years, how something as simple as the smell of alcohol, once a trivial matter, can grow into a significant issue over time. Another man chimed in with his own experience. "Women get into bed early and don't watch TV or go online when I'm watching football. She shouts, 'Turn off the TV.' The bright light and noise from the screen keep me awake. How can I sleep with that going on?" His words were laced with humorous frustration, but I could sense the underlying loneliness in his voice. In my curiosity, I turned to a close friend and asked, "Do you sleep with your husband or separately?" Her response came without hesitation. "We sleep separately, even before retirement." I was taken aback and pressed further, asking, "But you're married. Why not sleep together?" She sighed and replied, "He often comes home late, smelling like alcohol, and snores like a freight train. Sometimes his breathing is so heavy it sounds as though he's suffocating. I can't sleep at all when that happens." Her words, though spoken lightly, carried a weight that spoke to the quiet compromises of long-term relationships. How often do we forget the small but important things that allow us to coexist peacefully with those we love? Another friend shared her frustrations. "He stays up late watching football. At midnight, he climbs into bed with cold feet, and I stay awake all night feeling them press against me." As I listened, I realized how, in their ways, these women had quietly adapted to their changing lives and bodies. The act of sharing a bed had once been an expression of love and togetherness, but now it had become a source of discomfort, sleeplessness, and even resentment. When we were younger, sleeping together was an unquestioned part of being in love. It felt natural, comforting, and was perhaps the purest expression of affection. But as time passed, especially after having children, the intimate bond between couples shifted. Love may not have faded entirely, but the passion that once defined it softened into a more practical, quiet form of affection. As we grow older, intimacy in the bedroom, particularly for women, tends to diminish, replaced by the weariness of time and the demands of life. There's a saying among men: you lose your wife when you have children, and you lose her again when you have grandchildren. It's a bittersweet truth. As women devote themselves to caring for children and grandchildren, their husbands often find themselves feeling abandoned, lonely, and forgotten. In return, women tend to overlook their husbands' needs, assuming they're self-sufficient or no longer crave the attention they once did. But one elderly friend had found a creative solution that seemed to strike a balance between the need for companionship and the practicalities of aging. Sleep separately, but still be together. He had purchased 2 single beds, arranged side by side in their bedroom, just like in a hotel. There was a lamp on a shelf beside each bed and a divider between them for added privacy. He explained that when he watches football, he wears headphones while his wife sleeps peacefully beside him. They were still sharing the same room, but each had their own space to retreat to. This arrangement not only allowed them to manage the physical discomforts of aging, like joint pain and insomnia, but it also provided a sense of privacy and respect for each other's personal space. It was a solution that seemed to work for them and gave me a deeper understanding of the complexities of aging and relationships. Many couples in their 50s and beyond are now choosing to sleep separately, not out of love lost, but for health, comfort, and respect for the changes their bodies and minds have undergone over the years. It's a testament to how, even as we age, our need for respect, understanding, and personal space remains as important as ever. Looking back, I realized that while the idea of sleeping together may seem like a symbol of love and closeness, it is not the only way to maintain a deep bond. As we grow older, how we care for each other evolves, and sometimes sleeping separately can be a form of love in itself, one that acknowledges the needs of both partners and allows them to continue sharing life in a way that honors both their individual and shared experiences. There are a variety of reasons why couples in their 50s choose to sleep separately, and for many, this decision strengthens their relationship rather than weakening it. It may even improve it in ways they never anticipated. One of the primary benefits of sleeping apart is that it can dramatically improve the quality of sleep for both partners. For years, many believed that sleeping in separate beds was a sign of a failing relationship, a symbol that the emotional connection had deteriorated. However, as we age, we begin to realize that this isn't necessarily the case. Our bodies and minds undergo substantial changes, and while the intense passion of youth may fade, what replaces it is a more profound understanding of each other's needs and a desire to improve the overall quality of life, which includes restful sleep. In fact, for many couples over the age of 50, sleeping separately can bring both physical and psychological benefits that enhance their overall well-being. As we move into middle age, it's not uncommon to face health challenges. For some, snoring, teeth grinding, or other disturbances like talking in their sleep can create tension in the bedroom, especially if one partner has a sleep disorder or suffers from insomnia. For these couples, the very act of sharing a bed can become a source of discomfort and even frustration. Take, for example, the story of a 47-year-old woman who struggled with sleepless nights due to her husband's loud snoring and frequent sleep talking. Not only was she a light sleeper, but she also suffered from chronic stomach problems and insomnia. The constant disturbances from her husband's sleep habits became unbearable for her, and she felt as though the very act of lying next to him was a form of torment. If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're still with me. When they decided to sleep separately, something remarkable happened. She reported that her sleep quality improved drastically. No longer disturbed by the constant noise, she found herself sleeping more deeply, waking up feeling refreshed, and her health issues, particularly her insomnia, began to lessen. Surprisingly, their relationship didn't suffer from the change, it flourished. They both found more energy, felt more connected during their waking hours, and rediscovered a sense of harmony they had been missing. Now, instead of feeling frustrated or angry, they sometimes share a bed, reminiscing about their younger days and enjoying each other's company without the tension of sleepless nights. The reasons couples opt to sleep separately are diverse, but the benefits, especially for older couples, are undeniable. Sleeping apart can prevent interruptions like loud snoring, teeth grinding, or other sleep disturbances that may have once been overlooked. These disruptions can affect both partners' sleep, often leading to irritability and frustration that, over time, can erode the quality of the relationship. Moreover, sleeping separately can help avoid unnecessary arguments and conflicts stemming from minor issues that under normal circumstances might escalate. Instead of focusing on small annoyances, couples can preserve their peace by giving each other the space to sleep soundly and wake up refreshed. Another benefit of sleeping separately, particularly in middle age, is the creation of a healthy sleep routine. Sexual dysfunction is common for many men as they age, often leading to a reduced libido. Similarly, women going through menopause experience similar changes in their desire for intimacy. These shifts in sexual dynamics can make sleeping together less necessary and sometimes even uncomfortable. Sleeping apart allows each partner to have the personal space they need to feel at ease, avoiding the discomfort of snoring, bad breath, or other personal habits that can detract from rest. By establishing a good sleep routine that allows for uninterrupted rest, couples can create a more intimate and understanding relationship during their waking hours. The decision to sleep separately, far from indicating a lack of love or affection, can become a practical solution that nurtures both individual health and the overall health of the relationship. Ultimately, the decision for couples in their 50s to sleep separately is a personal one, often influenced by health issues, lifestyle changes, or simply a desire for better sleep. But far from damaging the relationship, this choice often leads to greater happiness, better health, and a deeper emotional connection. For many, it's not the proximity that matters, but the quality of time spent together when they are awake. As time goes on, sleeping separately in a relationship can sometimes become an unexpected yet invaluable solution to a range of issues that can disrupt peace and well-being. Whether it's being disturbed by the flickering light of a TV late into the night, the constant buzzing of a video game, or more personal concerns like snoring, joint pain, or even chronic illnesses, the need for personal space to rest is real and undeniable. Health problems, such as persistent bad breath or physical discomfort, can make sharing a bed more of a challenge than a comfort. People who are particularly sensitive to noise or who require a quieter environment to sleep soundly might find that sleeping separately provides them with the peace and calm they desperately need to truly rest. It's no secret that the quality of sleep has a profound impact on our mental and emotional well-being. It can shape our mood, energy levels, and outlook on life. As we age, this connection becomes even more crucial, as our bodies and minds become more sensitive to disruptions. A single unexpected sound, a creak of the bed, a soft snore, or a rustling movement can jolt us awake and leave us lying there restless for hours. For many, this loss of precious sleep isn't just an inconvenience, it's a constant source of frustration, robbing them of the energy and focus they need to face the challenges of the day. By choosing to sleep separately, couples can alleviate this burden. The simple act of creating a space where both individuals are free from the noise and movement of the other can drastically improve the quality of sleep, allowing for deeper rest and a more rejuvenated spirit when morning comes. It may also ease the tension that often builds up from small, insignificant irritations, like a partner's late-night habits, ultimately preventing unnecessary arguments and fostering a more harmonious atmosphere at home. For couples over 50, especially when family dynamics and living conditions allow for such an arrangement, sleeping separately can be a wise and compassionate choice. It offers numerous benefits, one of the most significant being the establishment of a healthy and balanced routine. As people enter middle age, their bodies experience many changes, both physically and hormonally, that can impact intimate relationships. Men may struggle with issues like erectile dysfunction, which not only reduces sexual desire, but can also contribute to feelings of frustration and inadequacy. Women, too, may face a natural decline in libido due to menopause, creating an emotional distance that reflects in their sleeping arrangements. In such circumstances, the need for physical closeness during sleep diminishes, and separate beds become less of a source of discomfort and more of a personal sanctuary. Moreover, as we age, the things that once felt important, like sharing a bed to demonstrate affection, begin to shift in significance. Couples in their 50s or beyond have often weathered years of life's complexities, growing wiser and more attuned to their needs. They understand that taking care of their own health, physically and mentally, is an act of love, both for themselves and their partner. In this context, sleeping separately can become an act of mutual respect, prioritizing each other's comfort, health, and well-being over societal expectations. It's not about growing apart. It's about recognizing that our bodies and minds evolve and that caring for ourselves might mean seeking a little more space, not out of distance, but out of a deep understanding of what's truly best for both. At this stage in life, it's about valuing peace, health, and the quiet moments that allow both individuals to rest and rejuvenate, ready for the new day ahead. Life, at its core, is about finding moments of peace and serenity amidst the chaos that surrounds us. It's about learning to stay calm and carefree, focusing on what truly matters. In a world so full of noise and distractions, it's easy to get caught up in petty arguments over insignificant things. But in the end, what do these arguments contribute to our lives? Nothing but stress and wasted time. Sometimes it's best to just let go, keep certain things to ourselves, and avoid unnecessary conflict. People who understand the value of time know that it is one of the most precious resources we have. Rather than squandering it on trivial matters, they choose to spend it doing things that truly bring them joy. Exploring new activities and diving into passions they've never had the chance to indulge in before, these choices bring not only excitement but also a profound sense of mental comfort. They help restore balance to often hectic lives. The beauty of life lies in its diversity, the different ways people express themselves and the unique preferences they hold. Some find peace in the gentle glow of a small nightlight, curling up with a book, or studying in the quiet of the evening. For them, the stillness of the night is a sanctuary, a time for reflection and learning. Others find comfort in the rhythm of music or the comforting predictability of a familiar TV show before bed. These small routines, seemingly trivial to some, are essential in creating a sense of personal peace. In relationships, especially between couples, it's not uncommon for disagreements to arise over these small but significant preferences. Couples may often struggle to find common ground when it comes to how they wind down at the end of a long day. Rather than letting these differences create tension, it may be healthier for both partners to have their space, separate beds, and separate routines. Sleeping separately doesn't have to be a sign of emotional distance. Instead, it can be an act of love, an acknowledgement that sometimes the best way to preserve the relationship is to give each other the room to thrive individually. This space allows each person to relax in their way, leading to a more harmonious relationship and ultimately, a better quality of life. It's not about creating distance but nurturing each other's well-being. By embracing this freedom, couples can rejuvenate themselves both physically and emotionally, leading to more vibrant, fulfilled lives as they age. Everyone needs their own quiet space, especially at night. The world quiets down, and so should we, allowing ourselves the opportunity to relax, reflect, and restore our energy for the next day. Whether it's due to personal habits, health concerns, or simply the need for peace, creating space for quiet time is always a reasonable, thoughtful choice. It benefits not only ourselves but also our loved ones. As people grow older, habits naturally evolve, and that's completely okay. Change is a part of life, and it's often necessary to adapt for our health and happiness. Take, for example, Mr. Hoa and his wife, who have chosen to sleep in separate rooms for over a year. The reason? Mr. Hoa's addiction to smoking, which his wife understandably cannot tolerate. Their spacious home, filled with enough rooms for both, allowed them to make this change. It wasn't a decision born of bitterness, but out of mutual respect for each other's needs. Their arrangement, though unconventional, has brought them both peace and improved their quality of life. It's a simple yet profound reminder that sometimes the little sacrifices we make for each other lead to the greatest comfort and happiness. Even though Mr. Hoa is over 50, he still exudes a youthful energy that surprises everyone around him. However, beneath his composed exterior lies a tender vulnerability, especially during moments when he craves affection. On such nights, he tiptoes down the dimly lit hallway, his steps deliberately soft to avoid drawing attention. The thought of bumping into a servant or his children makes his heart race, so he feigns casualness, pretending to head toward the kitchen for a drink of water or to check the living room for misplaced items. Only when the coast is clear does he quietly slip into his wife's room, a sanctuary of familiarity and love. Inside, his wife, a graceful woman with silver-streaked hair, often sits with a book in hand, glasses perched low on her nose. As he enters, she looks up, an amused smile flickering across her face. Setting the book down, she adjusts her glasses and teases him with a playful tone. "What do you want this time?" It's a moment of connection that speaks volumes about their enduring bond, a blend of affection, humor, and understanding that has matured over the years. At this stage in life, the urgency for physical intimacy has naturally given way to a deeper yearning for emotional closeness. It's no longer about grand romantic gestures, but rather about the comfort of companionship, shared memories, and quiet moments of understanding. The practicality of sleeping separately might indeed be healthier. It allows each of them their own space for rest and reflection, a habit that has become part of their routine. Yet, these late-night visits show that love doesn't always follow logic. It follows the heart. Take Nu and her husband, for example. Their marriage of 18 years stands as a testament to stability and partnership. Having fallen in love as high school sweethearts, they nurtured their relationship through college and tied the knot shortly after graduating. Over nearly 2 decades, their once fiery passion has transformed into a steady and reliable warmth. They no longer hold hands or exchange frequent hugs, and their evenings are often spent in separate corners of their home, each immersed in personal pursuits. To outsiders, this might seem like a relationship losing its spark, but Nu sees it differently. She understands that their connection has simply evolved. Life's demands, work, children, and the inevitable passage of time have shifted their priorities. The romance of youth may have faded, but in its place lies a bond built on trust, mutual respect, and shared responsibilities. In Nu's eyes, their relationship is not weaker. It's simply adjusted to the rhythms of life. Reading stories like these stirs up a mix of emotions: admiration for enduring love, a touch of melancholy for the inevitable changes time brings, and a sense of hope that true affection can weather life's challenges. Whether in quiet hallway escapades or the comfortable silence of a long marriage, love continues to find ways to thrive, proving that it isn't about grand displays but the small, heartfelt moments that keep it alive. The decision to sleep separately in a shared bed, though it may seem like a small issue, can bring with it a surprising array of challenges and consequences, especially for couples who are middle-aged or beyond. As people reach the age of 50 and older, their bodies naturally begin to change. Once rare health conditions can become more frequent and concerning. High blood pressure, heart disease, sleep apnea, and other chronic conditions are common among the elderly, and these health concerns can lead to very serious problems if left unchecked. If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you're still here with me. As we age, the physical strains on our bodies can make it increasingly difficult to sleep comfortably, and the challenges of sharing a bed with a partner can often magnify these issues. Imagine an elderly person already struggling with their health, lying alone in bed at night and unable to reach out for help in case of an emergency. For those living alone, the chances of receiving immediate assistance in the middle of the night are significantly reduced, creating potential for terrifying and life-threatening situations. This is a painful reality that many older individuals face when they are isolated. However, the decision to sleep apart from one's partner can affect more than just physical health. It can also have a profound impact on emotional closeness. A bed is not only a space for rest, but also one for intimacy, for shared moments of vulnerability, and the quiet comfort of knowing your partner is nearby. When couples choose to sleep separately, these intimate moments often fade. The act of holding hands before sleep, exchanging words of affection, or simply lying close to one another may become distant memories. Over time, partners may become more accustomed to solitude and independence, leading to a gradual emotional divide. The once close connection could be replaced by an increasing sense of emotional distance. It's heartbreaking to think that something as fundamental as sharing a bed can, over time, weaken the very foundation of a marriage. As life becomes busier and personal interests and routines take precedence, this separation, though seemingly small, can slowly chip away at the love and care that once defined the relationship. It raises an important question many middle-aged couples face. Should we continue to sleep together, or is it time to sleep apart? The truth is, there is no easy answer. The decision isn't simply about adhering to tradition or seeking comfort. It is about understanding each other's physical and emotional needs and finding a solution that works for both. Sleeping separately isn't a failure of the relationship. Instead, it can be an opportunity for couples to have open, honest conversations about their health, desires, and emotional needs. There is no shame in needing space if it contributes to better health, quality sleep, and ultimately, a happier life. This decision should not be clouded by guilt or fear, but rather embraced as a thoughtful, loving choice. After all, what could be more loving than acknowledging that your partner deserves the best rest and comfort possible? If sleeping together no longer provides peace and health, then occasionally choosing to sleep apart can be an act of kindness to oneself and the relationship itself. The priority should always be to ensure both partners are happy and well rested, without forcing a routine that causes discomfort or sleep deprivation. Even when couples sleep separately, they can still nurture their bond through small, meaningful gestures, checking in on each other, offering comfort, and staying emotionally connected. Sleeping separately doesn't have to lead to emotional isolation. It should never result in physical or emotional distance. External judgment from family and friends is also common in these situations, as they may question the choice, assuming it signifies a lack of intimacy or love. However, the couple should not feel compelled to justify their decision. It's not about conforming to societal norms, it's about what works best for their relationship. If sleeping apart helps both partners feel better physically, mentally, and emotionally, then that is the right choice for them. It's important to remember that the decision is personal and rooted in what strengthens the relationship, not what others think. The idea of sleeping separately should be normalized, especially for couples over the age of 50, as it can have a positive impact on health. Sleeping apart can help prevent the spread of contagious diseases, safeguard the immune system, and contribute to better overall well-being. For elderly individuals, especially those recovering from illness, solitude during sleep can facilitate self-care, improve emotional health, and enhance healing. Chronic illness can often cause irritability or anxiety, and sleeping apart can offer each partner the space they need to manage their physical and emotional discomfort. Ultimately, sleeping separately when necessary should not be seen as a threat to love or emotional connection, but as a conscious effort to preserve both partners' health, happiness, and well-being. It's not about abandoning the relationship, but about allowing space for both individuals to thrive. So, if sleeping apart leads to better sleep, health, and peace of mind for both partners, it is a choice worth making. Relationships are built on love, respect, and understanding, and sometimes making space for each other, literally or figuratively, is the best way to ensure that love endures. If you're still with me and find these insights useful, please comment 3 below to let me know you're still here. Sleep studies consistently show that disruptions in sleep are a common complaint among those over 60, and these disturbances can lead to significant physical and mental exhaustion for older adults. Often, these disturbances are the result of a combination of physical discomforts, health conditions, and emotional stress. However, one of the simplest and most effective ways to address these issues is through the act of sleeping separately. This is especially true when one partner's sleep habits differ greatly from the other's. For example, one partner may snore loudly, while the other frequently wakes up to use the bathroom. In such cases, the shared space of a bed can become a source of frustration, creating an environment that is far from conducive to restful sleep. By sleeping apart, each person gains the space needed to adjust their sleep positions, avoid disturbances, and ensure a deeper, more restorative rest. This small change can bring immeasurable benefits. When both partners get better sleep, they are more likely to wake up feeling refreshed, mentally clear, and physically energized. But the positive effects don't stop with better sleep. The emotional well-being of the couple and the family as a whole is also impacted by sleep quality. The emotional toll of poor sleep often leads to irritability, stress, and a heightened sense of frustration. These feelings constrain not only the relationship between partners, but also their interactions with other family members. Sleep deprivation can result in poor communication, misunderstandings, and even conflicts that may be difficult to resolve when both partners are emotionally drained. By choosing to sleep separately, couples can reduce the tension caused by sleep disruptions, leading to more peaceful and harmonious relationships both with each other and with their families. Sleeping apart doesn't mean that the emotional bond is weakening. On the contrary, it is a recognition that both partners need peaceful, restorative space to recharge and face the challenges of the day with renewed energy. Additionally, separate sleeping arrangements can act as a form of preventative health care for the entire family. If one partner is ill or recovering from an illness, maintaining separate sleeping arrangements helps protect the other members of the household from potential infections. This becomes even more crucial when elderly parents or other vulnerable individuals live under the same roof. In these cases, the decision to sleep separately serves as a safeguard, ensuring that illness doesn't spread while also promoting healthier sleep patterns for everyone involved. Of course, while the benefits are clear, there may be emotional challenges to consider. For many couples, the thought of sleeping separately after years of sharing a bed may feel unsettling or even painful. The intimacy and closeness of sharing a bed have long been symbols of affection and companionship. However, the physical and emotional toll of poor sleep may outweigh these concerns, especially when the health and well-being of both partners are at stake. In such cases, sleeping separately should be seen as a practical solution that ultimately benefits the couple's relationship in the long term. If a couple's relationship remains strong and both individuals are relatively healthy, they may